Hey, Hykiri Nation. Welcome to episode 8 of Wrestling Hykiri. Not much happening in the wrestling world this week. I guess it's because WrestleMania is close, so not much big's gonna happen. Now that the card's pretty much made, so I don't expect to see too many rumors until the last couple of days before WrestleMania and everybody's gonna go ape shit over rumors that aren't ever gonna happen, but they're gonna believe them anyway. So let's go right down into it. Yeah, this is not really a rumor. It's just kind of what I think is gonna happen. Now that Stone Cold and Kevin Owens are pretty much locked in to do whatever it is they have planned, I feel like that's pretty much how it's gonna go down. So that won't change over the next week unless something serious happens to either one of them. Which brings us to Seth Rollins, who as of this moment has no spot on the WrestleMania card. But I think he will have a spot. But I think his match isn't going to be announced until WrestleMania itself. I think he's going to show up at WrestleMania with an open challenge. Or maybe he'll do it this week or this coming Monday on Raw and install an open challenge to the Raw roster, the whole WWE roster, to fight him at WrestleMania. People who we know won't be answering that is probably likely due to his injury. See that KO that he's fighting Stone Cold. So who leaves us left to fight on to wrestle Seth Rollins? I think everybody else that put up a good match for Seth Rollins is pretty much taken into their own thing right now. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Cody is gonna debut again at WrestleMania and fight Seth Rollins in what will probably be an open challenge. I think Seth the loser, and just because no way will they not put Cody over after signing him to a multi-million-dollar contract and having him leave the company he had made with AEW. So I really don't see Cody having any doubts of victory over Seth Rollins if he is indeed the opponent for Seth at WrestleMania. But I would bet money on it. I would say Cody Rhodes to return to WrestleMania to fight Seth Rollins. Moving on to next with the Street Profits, who are looking like they're going to be fighting Arcade Bro for the championship at WrestleMania. The whole tag team division on Raw and on SmackDown is just horrible right now. You're pairing people up for the sake of pairing them up, so you have fresh teams. But I'm not really behind the whole Arcade Bro thing. I know it's popular right now, but I just don't see. I'm just not buying into the whole Randy Orton, Matt Riddle gimmick, tag team thing. Sooner or later, Orton's gonna turn on him with RKO to set up a feud. But until then, they're lost in tag team purgatory. And as are the Street Profits, who will probably go over in the victory at WrestleMania and to the side. Along Bianca, who will also probably go over. I'd rather see the Street Profits become champions than I do Bianca because, like I said in the previous episodes of this vlog, I'm just not looking forward to watching Bianca versus Becky for the third time or just the fourth time. Either way, I'm looking forward to it because it gives away the ending. There's no way Bianca walks out of this match without being champion and lose again to Becky. And there's just no way. But Street Profits will win. I'm almost certain on that, and it will be a very fast because there's no real story involved. I think the only story that we can make out of this is that Orton turns on Riddle to begin their program. That's what I'm hoping to happen. Anything else is just trumping up reused storylines that nobody wants to watch, especially at WrestleMania. Moving on, we got Cameron Grimes. I'm a fan of Cameron Grimes. I think his whole through the moon gimmick is pretty good. He used to work, but that's what NXT is for. Are not the kinks and the gimmicks. The problem here is he keeps flopping Grimes from his gimmick, his $1 million gimmick, to whatever the hell he's doing now. The whole pity gimmick, which doesn't suit him. You can't have somebody says, I have luck that goes to the moon to crying as to why can't I win a matchup? You just can't put it together. No, you shouldn't put it together. A total clash of gimmicks. And it's stupid because nobody should be feeling sorry for a WWE wrestler. It's the biggest company, so it's just the point that you're on the roster is enough to say you made it. This whole pity gimmick is stupid. Cameron Grimes should at least maybe not be champion, but wrestling championship matches in the last hour of NXT every week. Instead of continuously pushing LA Knight onto us. Cameron Grimes has much more to work with than LA Knight, and I don't know what's going to happen with this big ladder match at NXT, but I feel like Cameron Grimes should be wrestling Carmelo Hayes on the WrestleMania show instead of Carmelo being in a 7-person, 6-person ladder match. And I think you're just taking up for a title right there. Which you need to make Carmelo as our champion, but I don't think having a fight in a ladder match against 6 or 7 other people certifies a building on who Carmelo Hayes is. You're making him look good at that league, but his character is just not being developed. But in order to develop it, you need to get rid of Trick Williams. Trick can't wrestle. Trick can't work the mic. It just makes Carmelo look very ghetto and very bad as a champion. Like he's obviously the one carrying Trick Williams. So if the champion's carrying, the point of you being there, you're bringing the champion down when you should be doing that. Maybe throw him into a feud. Not that Trick deserves it. But again, I'd rather watch Carmelo fight Trick than watch what they're doing with Cameron Grimes. Right. Talking more about NXT, let's talk about Walter. I'm going to call him Walter because this whole name change they're doing, But Gunter is stupid. Even the announcer messed up on this week's episode and called him Walter. If the announcers can't get behind the gimmick, how do you expect the fans to? But I understand why they possibly changed the name and everything going on in Russia, Ukraine right now, but Walter's not either one. Walter's Austrian, so and I think it's pretty close. But still, I don't think the name change has any benefits for what you're trying to deal with him, and you actually might be hurting him because now you're making his fan base have to learn a whole new name. And what kind of name is Gunter? I'm pretty sure you guys could have came with a better name than that. WWF creative. I sometimes question why they pay so much money. Because kindergartners could come with better names than Gunter. Like, Walter's a beast. He's literally going to be the next Brock Lesnar in terms of strength and physique. And you're pushing him around with being ass names like this. Keep the Imperium gimmick for a little bit, I think. You do not job out Walter to anybody on NXT this coming show or at WrestleMania. If anything, Walter should be in the main event because if you have never watched a Walter match, go watch Walter versus Ilya Dragunov or Walter against the Coffee Brothers or Walter against Kushida. That was hell of matches. Walter's like a freaking. I'm telling you guys, Walter or Gunter, whatever. It's the future of WWE. Bank on it. Now let's talk about NXT UK and their women's champion, the best in the world, Meiko Satomura. I'm just not a fan. I don't even know why they're calling her the best in the world until WWE signed her. I've never heard of her. So I look her up on YouTube and I'm not impressed. She has a couple of good moves, but it's not helping her that the NXT rosters for the women is like really horrible right now. You have Mako, who is maybe a 3-star matchup, and everybody else is maybe 2 stars. Still above AEW with their last women roster. But NXT UK, I'm not feeling these women. The Valkyrie girl was good till she injured her knee or ACL or whatever. I think when she comes back, she'll probably beat Mako. But I don't see Mako as Valkyrie comes back relatively quick. I see somebody else take the title from Satomura. Her title range is boring. She's not a horrible wrestler, but she just brings nothing into it. No charisma. No, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling the charisma, the title run. I'm not buying the best in the world. But here's the thing, right? If you're going to call yourself the best in the world, you have to be able to sell that. And what I mean is, look at CM Punk, look at Jericho. At the time of their feuds, when they were calling themselves the best in the world or GOAT, the greatest of all time, they literally were. CM Punk was untouchable. Jericho was untouchable. They sold that gimmick. They sold their feud. They sold their character so well. On the ring, on the mic, that's what's best in the world is. What I call CM Punk, best in the world right now, and I'm a CM Punk fan, but I would never say them words. CM Punk has just lost something. I don't know what he lost. In his hiatus from wrestling for 7 years, he lost a few steps. Jericho can still go. He did get a little fat, but he's back in shape now. So and Jericho's still a great wrestler. I don't particularly agree with what he does in AEW right now, but it's still more entertaining than 75% of everything else they put out with their product. But if you're going to call yourself the best in the world or the greatest of all time, the GOAT, like I said, gotta sell it. On the mic, the ring, you gotta be flawless. You gotta have charisma. Your moves gotta tell stories. Your feuds gotta tell stories. And I'm seeing none of that. If there's any wrestler in any company right now that needs to be called the best in the world or the GOAT, then it's hand down Daniel Bryan. There's just no one better right now. And I watch wrestling people. I watch WWE, AEW, TNA, or Impact, whatever it's called now. Indies, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, whatever. Nobody touches Daniel Bryan right now. As a wrestler, as an entertainer, you just can't top Daniel Bryan. Runner up would be probably AJ Styles and then Seth Rollins. And no, I can't even say that. Runner up would have to be Roman Reigns. Because Roman's been champion now for almost 2 years. And if that doesn't tell you that he's great, you probably shouldn't be watching wrestling. Not as good as Daniel Bryan. But Daniel Bryan's just such a good wrestler and great on the mic, but Roman's a really good second, especially right now. The best in the world, Mako Satomura is not. Sorry. Now we're going to talk about WWE and upcoming Hall of Fame. Ever since the Ultimate Warrior and his family started giving out the Warrior Award, I have been very vocal and very displeased with the people they have given this award to. There's only been two people in the past five recipients that I have seen that deserve this award. The very first would be to Connor because that's what the award was made for. If there's anybody else that deserved that award, it would be Connor because he was really good. Like, he was just a little kid that loved wrestling and just died of, he died of cancer. He was, what, 10 years old? But, that's what, yeah, that's what that award was made for. Not the other stupid gophers that are getting the award every year. The second person would be the one they're giving it to this year, who is Shad Gaspard. I know he was a WWE wrestler, but he died because he was trying to save his son, who was drowning in the beach. And that's the kind of stuff that you give this award to. Not these stupid people like, I broke my neck playing football. Who gives a shit? I don't care if you broke your neck playing football. That don't make you a hero. That just makes you a cripple. Like everybody else is crippled. You're not special. You don't deserve this award. But people like Connor and people that shot gas for it are what the award is made for. So good job, WWE, on not giving somebody an award that deserves it. I don't care if you like it. It's my opinion. It's the internet. I'm gonna say whatever I want. Anyway, our last topic is the Fatal 4-Way Women's Title Match at WrestleMania. This is a filler match. And what I mean by filler match is you need to put these people on the show and you don't know how. So you just throw them all in one match. And that's what this is. It's stupid. It's Vega and Carmella. I would say they deserve to be the women's champions right now for the tag team division. But I also believe they should do it at WrestleMania. Now, who should you lose it to? Do you drop the title belt to Sasha Banks and Naomi? As I told y'all last ago, I'm not invested in Naomi. I'm not invested into Sasha. And every time Sasha has a tag team partner in 2 or 3 weeks, she turns on them. It's the same storyline, and they're going to do it again. And I hope Sasha and Naomi do not become champions at WrestleMania. Naomi deserves it because she's a hell of a wrestler, but I feel like Sasha is just fitting the matches because she needs to feel like she's important. And right now with the roster that WWE has for women, and you have Charlotte, you have Naomi, you have Ronda Rousey, you have Natalia, and you have Shayna Baszler. You're not important, Sasha. You shouldn't even be in this match. I saw Sasha. I felt like she was just given the championship because she's related to Snoop Dogg. And I really don't care. It's bad. It's like a couple of years ago when he gave Charlotte and Sasha the title. Every week they would beat each other to get the title back and forth. It degrades the championship and degrades the product and it really makes anything that all these other women wrestlers went before look like it was for nothing because you're just tossing the title around, which is a little disrespectful to everything that everybody else does. So Sasha should not be in this match and hopefully does not win this match. The other teams we have are Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. I I really like Liv Morgan. I really like Rhea. I think Rhea should not be in a tag team, and neither should Liv. But they should not be champions either. Because Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch in the female divisions are running this company. I feel like when Ronda beat Charlotte at WrestleMania, Charlotte will pack her bags up and go to AEW. So that will open up a spot for more women to have an opportunity. I feel like Charlotte used her daddy's name to hold everybody else back. And that's why I hope Ronda wins. Because I feel like Ronda is there to help the other women, make a name for themselves, not just herself. I mean, obviously, she will win, so she is, yes, there to make a name for herself. But if you're not in the WWE to win championships, then you should be there to begin with. I mean, that's what you're there for. If you grew up wrestling, WWE was the goal. Being champion of WWE is your goal. So anybody who says otherwise is just stupid. But I think Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are gonna have a good singles run, and I really hope they don't push them to win this championship. Because I think Liv Morgan is in a really good spot in her career. She has a good fan base right now, and she's cute, right? And she can wrestle. So Liv Morgan might be a champion in the future. I think Rhea will as well. I just hope when Rhea is reestablished as a single champion, they give her a better run than they did when she lost to Charlotte. Liv, Liv can have a solid run as well. But they have, I think, the best chance of winning the tag team championship at WrestleMania. The final team is Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is my girl. I mean, we all know that, right? Shayna, is probably one of the best female wrestlers in the roster. She's a great submissionist, too. I honestly want to see Shayna versus Ronda and how Shayna. I wanted to wait a while, like, if Ronda beats Charlotte, let it run its course, and how Shayna become the one to beat Ronda. Shayna's a great wrestler. Why WWE hasn't made her champion yet is far beyond anything I know. But Shayna deserves to be champion. And she deserved it like 2 years ago when she got there. In her run against Becky. She should have been the one to beat Becky. And let's be honest with ourselves. If you watch wrestling, then you and I both know that if Natalia is in a title match, Natalia ain't winning. Because for some reason, Natalia just used to put the other girls over and make them look good, which I really don't agree with because Natalia's a hell of a wrestler. She's Bret Hart's niece. What else do you need, man? So either Zelina and Carmella can retain their championships, or we will see probably Rhea and Liv win. But enough of that. Sorry to have for you guys this week. Thank you for watching. Next week we'll do a episode 9 much earlier in the week where we're gonna give our WrestleMania predictions. Since we will have wrestling Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there's no way I'm gonna get this video again, but we will do it. We will have predictions. And we will see how many WrestleMania matches Hykiri gets right. If you enjoy wrestling and you enjoy my YouTube content, then please smash subscribe. Give me some comments. Give me some likes. But most of all, give me some love. Alright, thank you guys for everything and for always showing me support. See you all with me on Twitch. Till next episode. Peace out, peeps.